In the previous video, we talked about how I received the Marie Curie MSCA flowsheet and analyzed a successful proposal, mine. But after reading the comments and also mostly the Reddit discussions and real reviewer feedback, I realized something important should be noted, which a lot of researchers are not failing because they have bad science. They fail because the proposal does not communicate the science in the way MSCA reviewers expect. So in this video, we are going to talk about something much more uncomfortable. Why good MSCA proposal still get rejected. And honestly, this is where many a strong application lose point without even realizing it. One of the biggest misconception about MSCA is thinking that it's just another research proposal. It is not, actually. Reviewers are not only asking, is the science is interesting? They are asking, can this person become an independent researcher and future research leader in Europe throughout this proposal? And this can change everything. This means your proposal is evaluated not only on the project itself, but also on your career development, your long-term vision, the quality of the training, the host environment, and the added value of the fellowship on your future. This idea appears repeatedly in reviewers' feedback, evaluation reports, and also discussions from previous MSCA flows. So, if your proposal only explains the science but not why you are the right person to carry it forward, reviewers may see the project as technically strong but strategically weak. This is probably one of the most common problems in unsuccessful MSCA proposals. Applicants try to sound ambitious but become too vague, and reviewers cannot evaluate vague ambition objectively. For example, the statements like developing advanced system or improving performance may sound impressive at first, but they do not explain how much improvement, by which method, within what time frame, and whether the objective is realistically achievable. MSCA reviewers are not looking for exciting buzzwords. They are looking for clarity and credibility. A strong proposal transforms ambition into measurable objectives. So, in this case, instead of saying improve perovskite performance, you might say increase efficiency from 20 to above 25% by reducing non-radiative recombination through interface engineering, something like this. Now the reviewer can actually evaluate the idea, and that builds confidence. One thing reviewers pay very close attention to is the host institution. And this is another area where many proposals become too generic. A weak proposal simply says, this host is an excellent for this research. But reviewers already know universities have rankings and facilities. That alone is not enough. What they really want is to understand, why is this host uniquely important for this project and this researcher? For example, reviewers are looking at this. Does the host provide specific equipment or expertise unavailable elsewhere? Does the supervisor have complementary knowledge? Are there a strong collaboration that supports the project? And most importantly, how this environment accelerate your development into an independent research. The strongest proposals create a clear connection between the project, the host, and the applicant's future career path. So this message should not be, I want to join this institution. It should be, this fellowship allows both the host and the researcher to build something stronger together. So always check this checklist when you are writing about your host institution. This is another major misunderstanding in MSCA proposal. Impact is not only publications. Many applications think impact simply means more papers, more citations, or publishing in high-impact journals. Of course, publications matter, but for the MSCA, impact is much broader than academic metrics. Reviewers want to understand how the flowship transforms your career, how the research benefits society, how knowledge will be transferred, and how the project contributes to the European research ecosystem. This is why proposals focused only on citations often receive weak impact scores. A strong impact section connects the science to a larger vision. For example, how does this flowship help you become an independent researcher? How does the project create long-term value? Could the research support sustainability in industry, policy, or future collaboration? MSCA is not only funding scientific output, it is funding future influence, knowledge transfer, and long-term research leadership. This section is often underestimated, but implementation can completely change how reviewers perceive your proposal. A great scientific idea is not enough if the execution plans look weak. Reviewers need to trust that the project is realistic, feasible, and manageable within the flowship period. This is why a strong proposal usually includes clear work package, logical task flow, realistic timelines, defined milestones, and proper risk management. One very common weakness in unsuccessful proposal is application avoid discussing risk because they think it makes the project look weaker. In reality, the opposite is true. A proposal that openly identifies uncertainties and explains mitigation strategies actually appears more mature and credible. Please remember another important point is balance. If too many technically difficult tasks are scheduled at the same time, especially near the end of flowship, reviewers may question feasibility of the proposal. So, implementation is not just administration. It is evidence that your ambitious idea can realistically be delivered. This point may sound unfair at first. Reviewer readability can make or break you. But it is extremely important because reviewers read many proposals in a very limited amount of time. So readability matters a lot. A proposal contains excellent science, but if the document is difficult to follow, overloaded with text, poorly structured, reviewers can miss key points very easily. And this is something many experienced MSCA applications also mention. Presentation strongly affects perception. In fact, I recently saw a discussion where an applicant improved their score significantly, mainly by improving readability, structure, bullet points, and the timeline presentation. The science was already strong before that also, but the proposal became easier to evaluate when you follow this. This is why successful proposals often use short paragraphs, clear headings, bullet points, figures, and diagrams, and a strong visual organization. So your goal is not impress reviewers with complexity. Your goal is to make evaluation easy, because in practice, easy to read often becomes easier to trust and easier to score. At the end of the day, MSCA is not only evaluating a project, it is evaluating whether reviewers believe in you. This is why two proposals with similar science can receive very different scores. One proposal may describe a strong project, but the other creates confidence in the researcher behind it. Reviewers want to understand who you are, where your career is going, why this fellowship matters for your development, and why you are the right person for this specific project and host. This does not mean you need to look perfect, but you need to present clear and convincing trajectory. Strong applications usually show initiative, ownership, motivation, leadership potential, and a realistic path toward independence. In the other words, MSCA reviewers are not simply finding the ideas, they are investing in future researchers. And your proposal must help them believe that investment is worth making. One thing that applicants sometimes underestimate is how seriously MSCA treats ethics and research integrity. This is not just a formal checkbox. Reviewer expect researcher to demonstrate responsibility, transparency, and professional integrity throughout the proposal. Ethical concerns can become a serious weakness if they are ignored or poorly addressed. This includes issues such as plagiarism, data manipulation, misleading claims, conflicts of interest, confidentially or not compliance with ethical standards. Even unintentional mistakes can damage credibility. A strong proposal usually show awareness of these responsibilities very clearly. This means being transparent about methods and data, properly citing previous work, discussion about ethical risk early, and following institutional and European research guidelines. At the end, MSCA is not funding researchers that are not reliable. MSCA is funding researchers who can be trusted professionally, scientifically, and ethically. Because Your reputation as a researcher is one of your most valuable assets. One very practical reason why good proposals fail is simple. The proposal does not fully match what MSCA is actually evaluating. MSCA has a very specific evaluation structure based on three pillars: excellence, impact, and implementation. And strong proposals make this alignment extremely clear. For excellence, reviewers want to see innovation, scientific quality, clear objectives, and a strong methodology. For impact, they want the career development, knowledge transfer, social relevance, and long-term value creation. And for the implementation, they want confidence that the project is realistic, structured, and manageable. This means your proposal should not only contain good ideas, it should actively speak the language of the evaluation criteria. One useful mindset is this: don't write only as a researcher. Write as someone helping the reviewer clearly justify a high score. Because the easier you make the alignment visible, the stronger proposals becomes. By now, you can probably see that MSCA is not only about having a good idea, it's about building a proposal that is competitive from every angle. And today, competition is becoming much tougher. For example, I told that when I applied, the funding threshold was already extremely high, but it was around 92. But in recent years, some panel-funded proposals have reached around 96 or even higher. So yes, small details matters. Things like we have mentioned till now, but here also you can see a summary of those. Choosing the right host, improving readability, refining impact, strengthening implementation, and rewriting the proposal multiple times can genuinely change the final outcomes. One thing also I noticed from successful applicants and reviewer discussion is this, which good proposals are usually written many times, not just written once. The strongest applications treat proposal writing as a strategy process, not just a scientific document. And honestly, this should not discourage you, because many applicants fail not because they lack potential, but because nobody clearly explained what reviewers are actually looking for. So if you understand the system, align your proposal carefully, and improve it step by step, you already become much more competitive. So after everything we discussed in the video, one message becomes very clear. Good science needs good storytelling. MSc reviewers are not only evaluating ideas, they are evaluating your vision, your impact, your credibility, your collaborations, and your future potential as an independent researcher. That's why a strong proposal usually combines ambition, science, real social impact, realistic planning, ethical responsibility, and clear communications. So don't just write a proposal, build a convincing future, and remember, many successful applications were not perfect from the beginning. They improved through feedback, revision, and persistence. If this video helped you, don't forget to subscribe for more videos about MSCA fellowships, European grants, proposal strategy, and academic career development. Thanks for watching this video, and good luck with your future application.